Hi there, my name's Dave Litton from the Projects Academy and a very warm welcome to today's PMP snippet. If passing the PMP exam is on your horizon, then you will want to pay attention to these bite-sized chunk PMP exam pass snippets. And today's snippet is all about tornado diagrams. So let's get stuck straight in. The first thing you'll want to know is where exactly is the tornado diagram used within the PMBOK guide? Well, the answer is it's within the process called Perform Quantitative Risk Analysis. And what this process is there to do is to evaluate the impacts of risks which were already prioritised during the previous process, although they're often done in parallel, called Qualitative Risk Analysis. And what quantitative risk analysis does is it quantifies project risk exposure on the combined effects of probability of occurrence and the impact on your project objectives. Let's have a look at the key inputs and outputs on that process. Here it is, and it forms part of the planning process group. The main output here is an update to your project documents and also something called a risk report, which I'll save for another time. And the focus on this snippet is the technique called sensitivity analysis. So what's all that about, I hear you say? Well, sensitivity analysis is a quantitative method of analysing the potential impact of risk events on the project and determining which risk event, or indeed several events, has the greatest potential for impact. Now, one of the ways sensitivity analysis data is displayed is on something called a tornado diagram, hence the title of this snippet. And in this case, I've taken examples of technical, quality, project management and organisational risk, although this could equally be replaced with, for example, different life cycle phases or stages within your project. And in this case, I'm using the project budget as a cost framework to display the tornado diagram. It's fairly obvious why it looks this way, because it does look somewhat like a tornado. So what do these bars mean? Well, each sensitivity bar displays the high and low value for that element. That's between here, and by high and low in this case, we're looking at costs. Like so. Now, variables with the greatest effect on the project appear at the top of the graph, and hence the sensitivity bars will be longest at the top, sorted and arranged so that the bars at the bottom are the shortest in range. Now, tornado diagrams can determine the project sensitivity to cost, as I've displayed here, or it could be time, or it could be quality objectives for your selected risks. And by the way, tornado diagrams can also be used to determine other aspects such as stakeholder risk tolerance levels. And a key learning, particularly for you to get good scores in your PMP exam, is to know that tornado diagrams represents the effect of only one variable, while all other variables are held steady. So tornado diagrams provide an overview of how much the project is affected by each element of uncertainty. And the beauty of tornado diagrams is that you can see at a glance which risks have the biggest project impact. Now, questions on tornado diagrams within your PMP exam will be fairly straightforward. And if you've paid attention thus far, you should find this very easy. The project manager advises that a risk has had numerous interdependencies and was related to many other potential risks. The sponsor has asked that the potential impacts of that risk be evaluated, here's the word, while holding all the other risks at their current state. If you saw that in a question, which then went on to say which would be the best tool for the project manager to use, well, it would be dead easy, wouldn't it? The tornado diagram is the right answer. And you, my friend, are a PMP hero. And if you'd like to prepare and pass your PMP exam at your first try, then do hop on over to the Projects Academy website. That's www.projects.com/PMP will give you all the details you need about what our PMP 2018 Masterclass is all about. So what would your favourite topics for my next PMP snippets to be based on? Go down below this video and add your comments below. From me, Dave Litton, see you in my PMP 2018 Masterclass.